I hate using StreamYards a little bit off and on because then I always forget where everything's at because I'm bouncing between StreamYards and then I'm using Zoom for interviews right now and then I'm using
Oh yeah.
OBS and it's like I wish they had one, software to rule them all. There probably is, and I'm too stupid to learn it. What's up, Princess Immortal Prodigy? Duty Red. A shout out in the chat though. I took my daughter to a toy store today. We've never been in this area, and we were going through the drive-through. She likes McDonald's, unfortunately, because I'm not a fan of fast food restaurants. But we were going through McDonald's, and some girl was like, "Bro, I know you," and I was like, "Nah, you don't." I thought she was just confusing me with someone else, and she's like, "Nah, you're on YouTube," and I was like, "Oh yeah, what's my name?" She was like, "You're on Make a Path Presents." I was like, "Oh, you got me. Yeah, that's me." Because my daughter was like, why'd you say like yada yada yada? And I was like, well, just in case I was like, yeah, that's me, whoop de whoop. And then she goes, you're that guy who runs that disaster channel. And it's like, yeah, wrong guy, I would look like a douchebag.
Disaster channel.
Well, you know what I mean. Any random channel. If she just confused me with someone else. And she was like, oh, I know you. What's going on, chat?
What is up, everybody?
We might do a little bit of an update because I know Julian Cannon, I interviewed him last week. Somebody was begging me, I'm not going to blow your spot up, to give them a chance doing like art and stuff. And if anyone out there is like, yo, and I'm talking about the channel, not the comic, just to distinguish those two. Someone wanted to do a graphic that did like a lightning graphic, and I would handle the sound. And it was for my Speak Your Geek interviews coming out soon. And it was just going to be real quick, 2-second, you show the logo. He was going to make a logo. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. Nothing comes around. And I hate asking, if you're paying someone, it's fine because then you're like, yo, I paid you. Where's the shit at? But the person wanted to like really, put in something, and then I would put his name in the whatever. So finally I was like, yo, what's up with that shit? And it was like, oh man, whoop-de-whoop. Long story short, it didn't even do it, and it's like, bro, I need that to put in the video. And then I'm good. Like, I'm waiting on you and you only, bro. And he's like, oh, my bad.
Proving yourself.
Didn't even say it. Didn't even say like, bro, I can't do it. Fuck it. Just straight didn't do it. That's why I say anyone in the chat who's interested for any YouTuber, any creative person, any job, you know what I mean? Anything at all. If you want to do something to just even get your name out there, come correct. Don't come and say like, don't make me try to find a job for you. Come to me and say, I can do this, this, and this. I'm willing to learn to do this, this, and this, and then go ahead and get it. You got to go get it. I don't know. So now I got to tell Julian, we're going to push the interview back a few days, and I'll just do like a simple layover, pop it in front of the video. So we'll do a bit of an update. Melissa B with a question. The Walking Dead. James, are you looking forward to The Walking Dead?
I have stopped. Wait. No, I haven't. Scratch that. Wait. Am I allowed to say anything that will negatively impact my credibility as a zombie artist?
No.
I'm joking. I have not watched anything to do with The Walking Dead since those last 3 episodes with Rick.
Well, here's the weird thing. I'm excited to
the highlight reel of Beta.
The highlight.
I couldn't bother to watch the episodes.
Oh, gotcha. I'm excited to watch some zombie stuff, and I am excited for like The Walking Dead as a whole. But I realized the other day someone was like, "Bro, I'm so hyped for the finale, yada yada yada," and I was like, I don't even fucking know what's going on. Like, I don't even remember. Yeah. And this is the first time I think since I started watching The Walking Dead. This is the first time ever where I was like, bro, I don't even remember it. That's how like not invested in this gap. I don't know. It's so strange. Never was I like, wait, where did we leave off? It was just such a weird spot to leave off. I think it is because we were following Michonne bouncing, what's Maggie doing, and then the storyline for me was like it was close to the creepy atmospheric, but it was also so off at the same time. I just want to get back in the groove again. So I'm not really excited for the next episode to drop, but I'm excited for the next round of, the story arc and whether or not I'm going to get hooked back into it.
Yeah, to be fair, I'm looking. I don't know. It depends when this show is trying to end, but I'll probably watch it all again once it's finished. Because even with shows that I like that are current and new, I have no time to watch them anyways. It's like I haven't finished watching The Boys. I haven't finished watching The Witcher. And those two, well, The Witcher especially, is like been a show that I've been waiting to become TV forever, and it has Henry Cavill in it. So,
The Witcher, yeah, I haven't watched that one either.
If that gives you any indication of like how little real time, because I'm either drawing or I'm watching YouTube videos about people drawing or something creative. Like I don't have time to watch other people's stuff. I like seeing stuff being made.
Yeah.
Johnny being Claude.
Speaking of The Boys, me and Melissa are the same person. I don't remember either, says Melissa. Yeah, I'm so lost. Speaking of The Boys, for anyone interested, I shifted when we start back up. I'm making a new rule. We're going to ease into some of the things moving forward that I'm excited about doing. But when we start back up, you guys already know whatever video is coming out next is going to be a Flaw and All review. From that moment, when that happens, we're doing Flaw and All review for 2 months straight, and we're going to see how that's going to rock. The Walking Dead isn't on anyway, so it doesn't even matter when it comes to The Walking Dead. But we're doing Flaw and All reviews, and then I'm doing these little interviews. Just small editing, but just kind of discussing different things in pop culture, geek culture, movies, comics, whatever. So we're interviewing comic creators, actors, directors. Even Julian Cannon, who is, entertainment journalist. There's a name I always fucking forget what it is. But so we're interviewing the whole spectrum of people, whoever's willing to jump on board for an interview. So we got those interviews going to be coming out in the next week or so, and then the Flaw and All reviews. But I did take The Boys and I moved it ahead a little bit. I'm hoping it does well, because I don't think there's that many. Do you remember? I think there's like 6 episodes, maybe 10. I don't think there's a lot.
I've watched 4.
Yeah. So there might be like 6 or 10. And if it's on fire, my plan is maybe we will do all of The Boys, because my plan was just to do TV show pilots. We'll do Flaw and All reviews on all the pilots. Dexter is coming up. We got Breaking Bad, a lot of cool shit. The Shield, Sons of Anarchy. So we're knocking out the pilots. We got a lot of variety. But John, speaking of Doomsday Kingdom Army right here, he was the one who said, we'll do season 2 of The Boys. And I immediately was like, no, I'm not gonna, unless we do one. I'm not jumping around. Someone asked me to do just the good Friday the 13th. And it's like, how do I do that? Because your good ones aren't my good ones, and it's not the other person's good ones. So when we do a series, a franchise, we're starting from number 1, and then we're going to go in chronological order. Same thing with The Boys. I hope you guys like it, and that's dropping soon. That's the one I'm desperately trying to get a little bit more free time to finish The Boys Flaw and All, because I'm almost done with it. And then once I post that, we do Day of the Dead, which I don't think anyone gives a shit. The Dead series did so poorly for Flaw and All reviews, it's not even funny. I almost regret doing them. I kind of don't, though, because I had a lot of fun with Dawn of the Dead especially, and Night was a little more interesting than I expected. Super sticker from Melissa. Thank you very much for the $2 dono. Picture of her and Judah. I guess that confirms Walking Dead season 1 took place in at least 2007. Well, Walking Dead season 1 is confirmed for 2010. So I don't think, yeah, you might be thinking of that wrong, because the comic book is 2003 and the TV show is 2010. I know they had a car that didn't come out until like 2013, but that doesn't matter. They just used that for money. The point is, on the show, I'm pretty sure it's canon that it started in 2010. We know that because in Fear the Walking Dead, we saw a banner and it had a 2010, and that's what the showrunners and writers, that's what they go with. That's their canon. So I don't think there was ever any argument about the show taking place Any different timeline? Not Johnny. Not really sure where you got that one, mate. Let me know though. Holla at your boy. The Boys is 8 episodes. See, that's a little tricky. I was hoping it was 6. 6, we can bang that out. Bang, But when does The Boys come back? It's in December, right? If I drop The Boys Flaw and All Review 101 and it gets like 10K views immediately, I don't know. I could probably just say screw it and we'll just dive into it because I don't know. 8, fuck. We'd have to really cram that in.
Someone asked, do we like Metal Gear Solid?
No. I mean, I loved it growing up. I haven't played it since Solid Dick Eater. I hated that one, but ever since then I stopped. No, it's Solid Dick Eater because that's how bad it was.
God, don't get me started, boy.
Why, you like that one? I fucking hated it.
Loved them all.
Oh, really? No shit. Yeah. Okay. Well, there's your answer, chat.
Look at this motherfucking thing. This is called 1, 2, 3. It's the Metal Gear Solid original trilogy art book. It's obviously too bright to see, but it's fucking.
Now that's the
sick.
art book for the video games.
Yeah. This came for the Japanese exclusive box set. That's how much of a fan I am. I was buying out like the obscure print runs of stuff. It's all in Japanese as well. I don't understand the word it says in there. But,
Spyro, yeah. I've been getting a lot of different work done. We're on crunch time for the comic, especially because we were aiming for the end of August to start shipping. Which, and I told you guys from the beginning. At worst, we're looking at like a week or 2 delay. Like no matter what pops off, we pretty much have a timeline down, pretty good and solid. I did go back though. I spent like a week, the week before this last, and I went through issue 1, kind of replacing some of the lettering and seeing where I would put some of it and making some tweaks. I got a ton of changes in issue 1, so many so that I got a little worried about getting them all done, but that was just my own personal little notes. I'm doing certain tweaks. When I go back and reread, for anyone who did read issue 1, I don't like the border outline now that I've, read it and reread it, and it just, I don't know. I also think that after lettering 4 issues now, I think there's definitely some I would do different, especially how your eye tracks the page and just breaking them up. Like when I first went into lettering, I was lettering the book based on my personal preference of how I like to read comics, which was just wrong. It should be whatever smoother and easier. And I wasn't making the exceptions when I should have. I should have had it because there's a certain pacing when it comes to the lettering, which seems so weird, but if I show you examples, you'll understand. Like, for example, if someone was saying, just one little quick example, if somebody was saying, like, where's my cat at? Oh, shit, what's the cat doing in the tree? Well, that's a terrible example. No, I tell you what, if you were saying, I don't even fucking know a sentence, but you got to break the sentence up instead of running it along. That's what I was doing originally for a good chunk of it. You got to break it up, and you can actually splice it into different areas of the panel that would flow between a free section with lettering, the image, and then the lettering. Also with the visual style is something that I really would like to tweak for the volume release. What's up my back? Oh, wait, who said what? Yeah, my bad. The comic was early 2000s. Okay, so you were thinking of the comic.
I don't remember seeing phones in the Walking Dead comic.
Seeing what?
I don't think I saw any phones in the Walking Dead comic.
Yeah, the Walking Dead comic takes place in 2003, so I don't know how. I know when I was 16, cell phones were getting more popular, but they were these big clunky things. So 16, 18, and that was around like 20, 2000, 2001-ish. So the comic being out in 2003, it makes sense there wouldn't be a lot of people with cell phones.
Yeah, otherwise they wouldn't have that mission to get radio fixed anyway.
Yeah, that too. I used a lot of Walking Dead, but now don't you think it has had so many problems to the point where the whole show is just really mediocre? It's sad how it has fallen. I wouldn't go that far, just because there's certain sections of it that's really good. If you are judging the franchise as a whole, then yes, it's definitely there's no fixing retro. You can't go back and retcon the mistakes that are in some of the earlier seasons. Like I was just making fun of season 8. The finale is 2 grown men running around a tree. That's what it is. They ran out of money, and they, instead of having a war, we had I don't know, some guns blowing up in hands, and 2 grown men ran around a tree. You know what I'm saying? So there's no way they didn't run out of money, and that's the best they can pull off. There's no fucking way, you know? You just triggered me to watch Dawn of the Dead tonight, Single Life. Which one, though? The remake or the OG? What are you watching? Oh, and speaking of which, John just said, Make a Path Presents, I'm looking forward to Tuesday or Wednesday. John ordered a mask. He's putting together a life-size Michael Myers for himself, right? However, instead of sending it to himself, he sent it to me, and I'm going to review it and then ship it back to him. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. We'll see how good the mask is, and then I'll make my decision whether I want to be a scumbag or not. But I'm pretty excited because I saw a little sneak peek when it was getting work done, and it looks pretty damn friggin' good.
Yeah, I've seen it as well. It looks pretty cool.
Sequel to Train to Busan is September. Oh, and I should say
online, won't it?
The what? Online? Yeah, I think it is online. I know they were just advertising some movie that was going to be in theaters. New Mutants. I don't know how the hell they're doing that. No one's doing theaters.
Yeah.
Oh, if you look at the thumbnail, we'll show you guys an example, but that is the trading card art that anyone who signed up early is going to get as an exclusive thank you. So for anyone who signed up early and then backed the campaign, you guys will get an exclusive art card with the rider on it. And then we showcased for the first time putting on a unique helmet that clips in. I was going to say, did you roll over the auction for that? Because there's a few people in the Matt family that wants to. Let me share this in Discord just so we get make sure everyone sees that we're doing something here. And we'll do a little bit of an auction because there's a few people that wanted to bid on that. And now keep in mind, this is the original. John, wait, hold on. Let me put this up on the screen. Bam. How do I? There we go. This is the original page. James is actually working on it now. We can probably leave this up a little bit while we talk, but it is what size is this? Is this 11 by
This is 9 by 12.
Okay. So the actual paper that you'll get is a 9 by 12. Now the trading card isn't his full body, but James is going to draw his full body for whoever bids on this and wins this.
Well, it's pretty much getting done before I scan it now. Just so that it's complete, so I'll have to go back to it.
Yeah. So that's the rider with, maybe I'll talk about it now because I think this image really highlights something that a lot of people missed that I was actually waiting to talk about. You guys know one thing that's really popular in comics is superheroes. I mean, superhero stories, it's wildly popular, right? I mean, comics pretty much were created in its popularity. I don't know, deep lore of comic books, but superheroes are big. When I was putting together Doomsday Kingdom, especially putting a grounded, gritty polish, but knowing we're going to go into really sci-fi elements, because that's part of the lore that I thought was interesting. Having this world that you think you know fully, And part of the fun is taking something out of left field and bringing it onto the screen. And then you be like, oh shit, have that little bit of excitement going. I thought this was just going to be like, okay, we got a little bit of a fresh twist on the zombie genre and yada, yada, yada. And then off to the side, we already put in hints about a couple little things that you'll see coming up, especially about when this takes place. And there's going to be a lot of fun stuff popping off, but the sci-fi is part of the element that keeps me really gripped into it. However, it's done at least right now, it's done in a gritty, grounded way that I have a lot of fun with. However, the writer, every time I was doing the overall layout of his story, I always kept coming back to, holy shit, he's kind of like a superhero, in a way. And this will make more and more sense as the story of the writer unravels and you guys get a better understanding of how in-depth this is, and in this world, what this character symbolizes, And again, it's done in a way in tiers where you think right away, like, oh, yo, this is what it is. And then you get hit with just the reverse. Oh, no, it's the complete opposite. And then something else comes along. And now that he has his helmet on, it kind of does have that visual and that feel. So if you're into comics I think the idea is a really gritty and serious approach, but you can still have that sci-fi fun where we kind of ride the line a little bit when it comes to that vibe of superheroes. But this picture perfectly highlights that a bit
as well. It's like knowing what we've got coming up for the whole look of the rider, and the fact that these outfits can be modular. That's how I came up with the concept of doing the helmet in case like you need to go in like a full battle mode or conceal yourself more. So basically, you won't be able to tell from the image, but it basically contours to the face mask part of it, so it'll clip over the top of it. It just slides on his head like it's a snug fit, and it just gives you this cool Darth Vader style type feel to it as well, but also like even more intimidating than just the angry face part of the mask as well, which I thought was pretty cool.
So I shared that link in Discord. Drop my damn drink. Shared that link in Discord. We'll get a few people in here, but I think I saw John leave the auction at $30 bid. So
40.
Okay, I'm sorry, $40 bid. So just to throw it out there, obviously there's a few of you guys we know. So if someone that we know and we deal with frequently copped it, we know you guys are good for it. But if there's someone new that happens to win tonight, what we'll do is we'll keep in mind who was like second place, and if that person doesn't contact us within 24 hours or so, we'll just go with the second. But I don't think we'll run into any of those problems. I was trying to cover all bases, but yeah, if you are interested, it is for the original piece of art. It's a one of a kind, and then it's going to get scanned into the computer, and everyone else who obviously signed up and then backed the campaign will get this as a trading card with your order, obviously. So just throwing it out there. John's in the lead with 40. What made you almost stop watching Ozark? Who's that for?
Did you stop watching Ozark?
I watched all of it.
Well, me then, because I've never watched it.
Who's a better character, Walter White, Heisenberg, or Tony Soprano? I'm going to have to go with Heisenberg.
No, you can bid in the chat, and then basically someone has to just message me or Ronnie.
Yeah, you guys.
The PayPal address.
For the next, 20, 30 minutes or so until we close out, you guys can bid in the chat while we're doing a discussion. So if you're interested, throw your bid down. The top bid right now is 40. please bid in $5 increments so we don't have people bid in 10 cents at a time. Just throwing that out there too. I saw someone say 30 and 1 cent or something. I think he was joking. That was on James's stream.
That was actually John.
Was it? Yeah, John. I think he was joking, or at least I hope he was joking.
Yeah, he was trying to overbid spin.
Oh.
Include shipping as well. I'll eat the cost of shipping.
The bid includes shipping, you said? What if you have to ship that to the US?
Fine.
Well, I mean, how much would that be? Because if I was shipping you artwork from the US, it cost me like $20, $30, So
yeah, don't worry about it.
I know it's a little cheaper going from the UK to the US, but I don't think it's that much cheaper.
Yeah. Well, it depends like what the bid goes up to. Like it will depend on the shipping service used, but
Henry said, if you had a show or if you made Doomsday Kingdom into a show, where would you want the show to be? AMC, HBO, or Netflix? Well, the way this works, I do see this coming up a lot, but the way this works is if we did license it out, we literally have no say. That's not how Hollywood works. So it really doesn't matter. Now, let's just say if we were ever in that position soon, it matters on which studio actually understood the project. So I can't say HBO, I can't say Netflix, because I could meet with HBO and they could totally not understand it and it would ruin the brand. And then I could meet with Netflix and they're like right on the money with what the vibe and theme and the characters in the world. So all I know is based off of maybe what I've seen through other projects they put out. I know AMC is never no way, no how. I don't care if they showed up tomorrow and they were like, yo, here's $500,000. Let's get this on and pop. And AMC is never getting it. And that's simply because they don't have the budget for what it is. There's a lot of vulgarity. There's a lot of violence, a lot of gore. It just can't be trimmed. And especially with certain scenes, it's vital that it's like, imagine taking Game of Thrones and putting it on AMC. It would gut a lot of that, essential brutality, and it wouldn't be the same show that it was that has you at the edge of your seat. But yeah, HBO and Netflix, they're doing a lot better and they're doing a lot more things better than they were in the past, especially HBO. But Netflix is a little questionable. In the past, I would have said Netflix, but they are kind of running this little woke campaign that I don't think needs to be crammed into all of entertainment.
Not just that, they're also butchering well-loved shows as well, like Death Note.
Yeah, I didn't know the original. I wasn't a fan of the original Death Note, so I don't know.
Books.
Yeah,
well, like another thing that I was like, I never watched the American Netflix film. I watched the Japanese ones, which were pretty cool.
Yeah, I have heard a lot of people say that same thing though. Johnny says, James, what kind of shows are you into? What are some of your favorites?
These are going to be obscure British shows, aren't they?
Probably.
If we're going like mainstream, God, I can't even answer that question.
Like, just pick like one or two that.
Yeah, no. I got into, like I said, I got into Witcher, but I just haven't finished it yet.
Gotcha.
I was heavily into 24. What else was there? Oh, okay, actually. This actually has been on my mind lately that I've even bought a hat. There's a show called Longmire, which is like an old... Well, it's not old. It's set in Wyoming. It's about a small town sheriff, pretty much. It's got like a load of mystery elements to it. It was on a channel in America called A&E or AE, whatever that is. But then it got cancelled and then Netflix saved it for its last season. But it's a really good like cop drama, but with like a small town sheriff. And there's like a mystery with like his wife being possibly murdered and all this kind of stuff. But it's also got Katie Sackhoff in it as well, which is like a main reason for it. And if no one knows who she is, she was one of the main women in Battlestar Galactica, the TV show remake.
Did you say Longmire? That sounds familiar. I might have seen a promo for that or two.
Robert Taylor is the actor who plays him. Anyway, it's a really cool, like, I was hooked. And if you've watched... now, was he in Sons of Anarchy or not? I'm trying to think. No, he wasn't. So never mind. And I don't know, The Shield. Like, I've still not finished watching that yet.
That's one of my favorites.
But yeah, and then Sons of Anarchy, like, they're the shows that have stuck out to me since they've been on TV or whatever. But in terms of like new shows, I don't really watch a lot of stuff.
Well, speaking about what you're into, we have a question from Russell that says, what other comics do you guys enjoy other than The Walking Dead? Basically, what's on your pull list? I'm going to do this one real quick, and then I'll pass it on to James, because I cleared out my pull list when The Walking Dead was kaput, and I've seen a lot of comics, and this is even before COVID, taking these really deep breaks. So I just wanted to step away, reset my pull list, and then revisit it. But I am reading Die, Die, Die. That's also by Robert Kirkman. Ridiculous insanity. Oblivion Song is another one with Robert Kirkman, and then Southern Bastards, but again, it's hit or miss. There was Nailbiter, but I am thinking about dropping it just out of spite, because I think they really just rushed to end it the first time for whatever reason, and they screwed up the story in a terrible way, and I just don't even want to read their shit anymore, because of how badly they ended it the first time. What about you, James?
So I don't have a pull list because I don't keep up with the comics pretty much anymore. So what I've been doing is reading a lot of back issues and back graphic novels. I wish I had the books next to me. They are actually on the right of me, but I'm trapped between a tripod and a bookshelf, so I can't move. But basically, old reruns of Wolverine and Conan. Just another thing from like the art aspect as well. Like, it's all printed on newsprint, but it's all in black and white as well. So you just get to see like the original artwork pretty much. It's so cool. But in terms of modern stuff, I've been reading Amazing Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse arc, and then a load of Thor from 2007, which was written by Straczynski. And Jason Aaron, who wrote Southern Bastards, also did a 5-issue story arc with Olivier Coipel, who's one of my most favorite artists of recent times. They did a 5-issue series together, and it's what's heavily inspiring the artwork that I'm doing for myself now, because that guy's fucking... He can draw the sexiest women as well, which is another thing. I've still not been able to tackle that.
Wait. Is that Jason Aaron, you said?
Yeah.
And you said he did Southern Bastards.
Yeah, is that wrong?
No, that's right. That's right. I'm trying to think of the artwork style, though, because Southern Bastards, his artwork is... it's not
Jason Aaron,
dog shit.
The writer. Jason Latour's the artist.
Oh, Jason Latour's the artist. One thing with Southern Bastards is it has that certain style to it, but I fucking hate the noses. He does these little triangles with the noses. I just want to fucking pull my goddamn eyes out. It's every character got it too. It's like, look at
Rick and Morty's.
Yeah, I fucking can't stand it. Outside of that, though, it has that style where it's not supposed to look, it's not supposed to look like, I don't know, like different type of clean art. This has that stylistic art to it, which sometimes I do really enjoy. But those fucking noses, like Ryan Otley, love a lot of his art. When he does that circle on the end of people's noses, I don't even want that artwork. That little bit fucking ruins it for me. I don't know what it is either, but it's like that. You ever see that where they do that circle at the end for the nose?
I don't think so.
Check out some for Invincible. You'll see it. Fucking annoying. I don't know why. And it's unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary.
One of the other artists that inspired me in my style of artwork when I first started is by an artist called Michael Lark. And there's this book called Gotham Central, which is basically, I'd call it The Shield, but in Gotham. It's about like a tight-knit group of detectives and like a load of corruption, obviously because it's Gotham City. It has like cameos by villains, but it's a superhero book, but it's focusing on just Gotham PD, which I think is what somewhat inspired the TV show. But of note, it's written by Ed Brubaker, who is a longtime collaborator with Sean Phillips, who's another artist that inspired me, and he's done Criminal, Kill or Be Killed, all those types of books. But the artwork in here is like quite chunky and really dry brushy as well, especially when you see like the original scans and stuff. But I'd say it's quite inspiring as an artist. I'd call him like an artist, like not got mainstream appeal, but to people that are in the artwork industry or whatever, like you can learn a lot.
And I've never read Berserk. Someone asked about Berserk. I'll be real with you. I don't even know what that is.
It's a manga.
Manga. Yeah. All right. I hear a lot of good things about manga or anime. I don't know.
Well, our personal chats, I've been heavily getting into horror manga.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was one of those pictures that I sent you, and it had this woman with her head like snapped all the way back and one of her ankles like broken. Well, it turned out it's from a popular zombie book. And I'm going to show you some images of that off stream.
Yeah.
Holy shit. It's
nice.
It's basically what like if you like Train to Busan, you'll like this, but it's in Japan. And it goes batshit crazy. Like even some of the zombies kind of talk, which is a bit annoying. No. They will like re-say stuff, but it becomes even crazier where they start like joining together and make like a bigger monster thing until it becomes like this behemoth, and it's just batshit. But the goriness in it and the craziness of like the Japanese ways of doing stuff. Oh man, it's just crazy. Like this zombie girl tries to attack this other zombie, and the zombie eats her, but he's like chewing on her toes while she's trying to chew on his dick, which is like really weird, but it's Japan, so
yeah.
Expect that kind of stuff.
Spyro, I'm a fan. Well, I like the Uncharted. I wouldn't call myself a fan. I don't know where to draw the line. I mean, I like Uncharted. That's about the end of it. For me, I think it's pretty much done though, because Neil Druckmann came in, took out the lead, and replaced the lead with females. So I don't think we're getting any more of the Uncharted. A lot of people like the way it ended though, but if they brought back Nathan Drake, I'd probably be all over it. I don't know.
They got the film.
They got a film coming out, but I mean, video game wise, because you get. I'm curious about the film to see how good it'll be.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if the film maybe does well or whatever, then they might go back to continuing Nathan Drake's.
Not with Neil Druckmann leading it. He won't do that. He's got the females in his play. That was his plan. He's not going to bring them back. Maybe unless someone forced them. That might work. Johnny says, hands down, makes the best show, HBO. That's where it gets tricky. They've been on a roll. They have been on a roll. It just takes, I don't know what the name is, but the wrong type of management, like back when they turned down The Walking Dead and we have problems. No, I'm not interested in The Walking Dead Onslaught. I don't have VR, so there's no reason. I saw a trailer and I didn't even click on it because, again, I don't have VR. And even if the trailer was amazing, I couldn't even afford it right now the way it is. So I'm going to pass on that for now. We're at 65 with Patrick
nice.
Joseph.
I've done a bidding auction before. That's kind of cool.
Yep, we're staying safe. We're staying safe, man.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't not engaged in people activity since before the corona hit, so you ain't got to worry about me.
Henry asked about Negan's bandage. It was just from the comics. I don't remember if it was ever explained. Would you fuck it up?
No, I spilt a lot of white ink.
Oh.
All right, look, I can go over it. I'm on a slant of the table.
Make a Path presents. Jason did that Men of Wrath. I know, short, but I liked it. Yeah, let me come correct too. I don't hate Jason or his artwork, Jason Aaron. I hate the fucking noses in Southern Bastards. I don't remember the noses in Men of Wrath. Yeah, Men of Wrath or Men, I don't know. I liked Men of Wrath. It was all right. A little short, but it was all right. And I don't remember the noses. I don't know why he did that in Southern Bastards, but holy fuck do I wish he would stop. It is so distracting. It throws the whole face off. And even for the women, like they have like these triumphant, like, you know, epic images of them mean or grunting, or men or women are fighting, and they got these, I don't like, art ruining noses. I can't explain it any other way. Yeah, Shield is badass. Ronnie, have you checked out The Boys? I watched it when it first came out last year. I do like it. Here we got it. Master Chief said he's going to definitely start buying the Doomsday Kingdom comics soon. Cannot wait to read them. I can't wait till we get them all shipped out and you guys get to open them. I'm hoping some of y'all will do some unboxings. I was even thinking of, I don't know, some little special stuff we can do. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, for example, like how are we going to package them? You know, and I'm thinking like what would be cool and neat, because we're getting closer to that time where if we were going to plan any specific uniformed way to do it, we would need to know that, you know, real soon. So I was just kind of thinking, but I can't wait till you guys get them. A little bit of time goes by, and then we could do a stream and kind of discuss the first volume. Here's some of all your thoughts and opinions on it. Wait. Dale Loath said, thanks for liking my comment about John. I think it was The Walking Dead a while ago. If ever need anybody to write, keep me in mind. I'll format style to fit. I have a thing about noses like Goblin Slayer. Deloth, I appreciate that. I don't know if you're throwing that out there to the chat. So if you are to the chat, that's what's up. If you're throwing that our way, the writing is already taken care of. But we do appreciate that offer. But if anyone else is out there looking for a writer, holla at your boy. I fixate on noses if they draw them, or neck area like Black Clover. How they add in the mouth with the lines. It started to annoy me when noticed. Manhammer said, are you more interested in The Walking Dead or excited? The Walking Dead's return than any other time in the show's run so far? I am less excited about The Walking Dead, probably the most I've ever been in my life for the return. I know, Ronnie, I might have read that wrong. Are you more excited for The Walking Dead to return than any other time in the show's run so far? Yeah, I'm actually the reverse. This is the least excited I've ever been in the return of The Walking Dead. Let me clarify one thing that might add to that, especially since I review it and I follow it. You kind of pick up the patterns for The Walking Dead. This is a finale, which means they're going to give us, some hyped shit and then a major tease. And I think in a big way, because we had that break, we didn't have, 8 episodes in a row the way it was supposed to be. They gave us 7. They stopped. We had this break. And now they're going to give us one episode that's going to give us an epic, a tease for the beginning. I don't even need to see it. I already know. It's going to be a tease in the beginning, epic stuff in the middle back half, and then in the very end, we're going to get this big, oh shit, don't you want to know more kind of cliffhanger. And I think because I know that the layout is going to be that already, I just don't care. Because again, we had this whole break. We're going to see this, then we're going to have another break. We're going to get 6 random bonus episodes that aren't going to progress the story, the main story. And then we're going to have to wait even longer for season 11. I think all that just drags it down for me. I'd rather just wait. And then when it comes out, I'll check it out whenever. AP, thank you very much for the $2 dono. Can I have a subscription from you on AP? I don't know what that even means. Can I have a subscription from you on AP? John, do you know what that means?
I mean, his channel.
I don't know.
Subscribe to RMP.
I think, are you asking me, the chat? Are you trying to get follow for follow here, brother? Z-Train says, any keychains for Doomsday or other merch coming? There's definitely ideas for merch. We need to get the volume out so that way we can come back and say, we did this project. We hit our window of release. Here's the feedback from everybody. We're moving on to certain types of merch. Speaking of, I didn't even tell James this, but I was talking to my uncle. He had a little bit of a break. We ran out to the beach. I took my daughter to the beach, like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago. And he had told me, he was like, bro, you want to get some figures out there or something? He's like, I'll invest, bang them out there and make a couple bucks. I was like, we're not quite there yet, buddy. But, I was like, that's a tempting offer. I don't know what we would need to accomplish that. However, we're interested in doing some merch. Fucking masks, since it's a pandemic, why not? Maybe a mask. It's got to be done through the right company and the right stuff, though.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just a Debbie Downer. Princess Pie says, any thoughts on the upcoming Scream 5? I was a big fan when I was, a teenager when Scream first came out. I loved it, even though when I rewatched it, I found some of it real dumb, like how the ghost face was in the grocery store. Like some of that shit is just terrible, but I had a lot of fun with it. And then when they would come out, you would go on a date and go see Scream. They were releasing them like every other year, for a few years in a row. So yeah, I'm excited to see Scream again outside of the MTV, because that looked like a sex doll face. I don't know who greenlit that. They must have brought in.
Like the show though.
Well, the show could be fine, but I can't take a sex doll chasing me serious. I forget the joke I made before, but I didn't know I wouldn't know whether to run away or zip down my pants. I'm not really sure, because he's not even got like this ghost face. He's just kind of smiling like a donut, like he's prepped for it. I don't know. That face, I couldn't find it intimidating or creepy or neat or clever or sleek. But I like the look of Ghostface Killer. As long as they keep it the same, it works. There's no reason to fuck with it. Like Michael Myers, it worked in part 1 and they fuck with it every time. In part 4, 5, and 6, it looks like ridiculous.
I mean, they could do like a self-parody type thing and find like an old mask in a thrift store or something. And the killer picks that up.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then just time, because that's the thing, like the plots are quite contrived after the first one, with like, oh, what's my reason for wearing this mask kind of thing. You'd think they'd just be like a normal serial killer, but it's so loosely connected to like each film.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is your great grandfather, he used to be a fucking serial killer or something. When like anyone in Scream 4, I don't think it's related to anything that happened in
I think it broke
Scream
off.
1.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
actually, if I remember right, I think Scream 3 broke off and then 4 came back with people that were related. Or am I mixing that up?
I did like Scream 4, but
I think it was something like that. I think one of them had nothing to do with the first characters, and then they came back around and they had it where it was Sydney's cousin. Remember the girl? It's been so long since I've seen them, but I'm sure someone will.
Well, that's what I think. Like with that type of stuff, the next one's like Sydney's cousin twice removed from a father's side kind of thing.
Yeah,
like, you could never end it. It could be anything.
That's one of the problems with it. I wish they would. I don't know. I would accept even a small tweak where, I don't even know, because you got to bring everyone back or else nostalgia. I don't know, but I'm game. I wanted to have a little bit of atmosphere. I want it to be enjoyable. I just don't want it to be corny. You don't have to make it super intelligent and complicated, and it doesn't have to be fucking art, but for it to be enjoyable and not silly, I think that would be fine. Joe Cool says, which special feature for movies do you prefer? Commentaries, documentaries, or featurettes? I don't like featurettes as much because they're usually real short and they really give you like junk. I like documentaries, though, probably the most, although I love commentaries. However, some people give terrible commentaries. Like, they barely talk about their experience. When you're doing a commentary, you're supposed to talk about your experience on the set or what you know about the scenes and the settings and why you chose to do it that way, and, give the viewer some information. You're not just kicking it in front of a microphone with your friends. A lot of people do that. They'll just kick it like, oh yeah, some of them sound bored. So I would have to pick documentaries as my favorite. Commentaries, if they're good commentaries, those are secretly my favorite. And what are some of your favorite special features in your movie collection? Oh shit, I don't know that one. James, you got a pick on special features?
Well, I have watched the extended version of Lord of the Rings behind the scenes religiously every year. So instead of just doing the whole marathon of each Lord of the Rings film, which is like 3 hours each with the extended cuts, there's also 6 hours per film, and I watched that all the way through as well.
No shit.
Watching the Lord of the Rings is actually what's inspired the rider's outfit, because Ronnie gave me like his sketch of it. And then I don't know if it was me trying to prove myself, but I changed it up a little bit to make it a little bit more, less that it just looked like a cocoon of like leather on top of clothing, because it would be a bit restrictive. But there was a specific scene when they were showing the design of Aragorn's outfit, which was when he was his ranger outfit. When he wears like this leather jerkin and it has these sleeves, and the whole inspiration for this stitching is based off that as well. I mean, it was in Ronnie's sketch, I think, if I remember. But it was the simple idea of when Aragorn is in like hot weather or something, he can just unthread the leather cord that keeps the long sleeves attached to the vest. So if it's hot, he can like go sleeveless. And that was like my inspiration for doing the rider, because you can see like on this image as well, where it's like stitched together, and technically like he could undo the whole thing if he wanted and just be wearing like a t-shirt or something, or not having the whole thing attached, or add more layers to it if it was like winter and you wanted extra protection or whatever. But yeah, like I've watched, that's like my most favorite behind the scenes stuff. And then there was one really crazy one with The Matrix. I don't know if you ever seen this. On the Blu-ray version of The Matrix, there's a behind the scenes of the first film, and they're doing, and it's not even like behind the scenes of what was in the movie. It was behind the scenes of like Keanu Reeves rehearsing fighting with like the stunt guys.
Oh.
And for some reason, I do not know, I even saved a screenshot and took a picture on my phone because it was so bizarre. While they're all practicing like these different moves and stuff, something caught my eye in the corner of the screen, right? And I zoomed in, and I'm not shitting you, for some reason, there is a random guy folded up into a box, like a crate. And I'm like, What the fuck? It was the most random thing, because it was like a split second where you saw it. Everyone else doing the fighting, I don't know if he was avoiding trying to work or what, or there was a reason for it that was never in the film. But this guy was like literally folding himself up, and it was The Matrix. Like,
are you sure it wasn't just like a dummy? Because if they're doing all that special effects, maybe it's a dummy and the reason he's in a crate. Bro. It was a real dude?
He was like looking at the camera as he was fucking moving past him. I was like, what? That was like the most weirdest experience of a behind the scenes I've seen.
Could be a crew member just playing around knowing that was for behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to get a screenshot.
Don't expect a man in a box.
Yeah. I thought you were going to talk about, because Matrix did have a lot of really neat behind the scenes, because they were doing some shit that was never done that I've seen, like in behind the scenes shit, especially with the bullet time and all that. I was like, all the cameras going around. I'm like, holy shit, that is nuts, you know?
They pretty much do that now with motion capturing for video games like Death Stranding. Like Hideo Kojima adopted that kind of technique for doing the face scans. It was like 100 cameras, like for face mapping and stuff. It's crazy. The top bid is still $65 from Patrick, unless it's just gone up.
Yeah, I was just looking for that. I think it is 65. And Patrick, Deo Louth, I don't know if I'm saying your name right. I don't know what you're talking about with plague masks, bud. I mean, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know how to word that. I don't know what you're connecting that comment to. I know what plague masks are. As a horror fan, it's like that beak thing, you know, with the goggles. I know what they are, but I'm not sure what you mean we should make them properly. I don't know if you mean we should make, like, I don't know, just make masks for the pandemic. If we're doing it for the comic. We're not just gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I feel you, bro, but it has to relate to our project. We're just not big enough to just make random, masks. As you should make plague masks properly if you know what they are. I do know what they are. And then your next sentence says, dogs are beagle, then not sure what days Hayes is. If anybody can guess, AFK, they need food. I don't know what that last sentence fucking means at all, bro.
I don't know.
Your old man hat is looking fresh. Did you get a new one? No, this is one that this is the only one I had. Bro, the old man hat is so fire. I went back and they were sold out. I was so pissed because I got this dirty working on the car. I had to rinse it off and I was like scrubbing the shit out of it. So it's actually a little beat up. I don't know if you can really tell. No, you can't. It looks kind of fresh. A little beat up. Well, no, it looks fresh on camera. To me, I feel like it's just a little beat up. But I bought it as a joke. I bought it as a joke when we were in Target. I was making fun of my daughter, not making fun of her, but joking around that I was going to buy old man hat. And I was going to be like this, just old incompetent dad now that I'm getting aged. So I could just give up and just wear clothes that don't match. I forget what I was saying, but I was joking around. I put the hat on and I was like, shit, this is comfortable. So I bought a really stupid old man hat.
Well, going back to Longmire, I bought a cowboy hat.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a cowboy.
Also to get me ready for me adventuring, drawing in the wild. I wanted to make sure I'm prepared.
Dawson said British people are cool.
I'm not.
Princess Pie says, love pigeon. How much would you charge for keep it PG, princess? No, I'm kidding. She said, how much would you charge for a portrait? I love your art, by the way.
Depends what size.
Yeah, I was trying about to say, if you really want, I talk to you frequently. I was just thinking, I think, yeah, James is on Discord and you're on Discord. So if you guys want to holler at each other, I was trying to find the fucking sheet of paper. I just had it. It was a sketch of the writer, just to give you an idea, princess. There was like a little sketch like this. Would be different compared to if you were getting like the 11 by 17 big ones. So you can holler at them if you're interested.
I mean, if you're going by the pricing that we've done for Indiegogo, where I'm doing head sketch portraits, don't know where that.
You can't find your.
I'm gonna be doing a live stream, doing all these bloody head sketches.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna be not fun.
I was thinking about streaming, doing the new lettering for issue number 1, since people already, a lot of people already read issue number 1 at least. She said she'll contact you, so we'll get that figured out. You know what would be awesome? You guys really came through when we released issue 2 and 3. You guys sent us a lot of pictures for us to showcase your Doomsday Kingdom stuff, whether it was a single order or a couple orders. I think it would be really cool for anyone who does get your sketches or custom work or whatever it may be. Hit us up on social media or send us a message, send us images. I don't know, anything. And we'll definitely put that in retweets. I know I'm always keeping some to the side in case we ever do rerun some in a common issue of the comic. Some of the issues have I think this is a shredded one. Some of the issues have like the special features, like where we'll run some behind the scenes stuff in the back of the. I don't think I have issue 1 in here. No, right here. Look. So, for example, a lot of people sent in pictures of when we did our first free giveaway with the purchase of issue number 1. That was when we first got our first sample prints. And then here's just some fan art. So we like keeping stuff on the side. So if you guys ever do get customs and yada, 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 I know your boy Zach, Richard, he does Jawbreakers. He's doing Expendables, Go to Hell. If he does something where people in different countries, if they get his comic, they'll put it somewhere by a landmark. I thought that was pretty cool because I've had people say, actually, I've shipped tons of comics to places I didn't even know existed, but obviously other places that we know of, number of different orders overseas. And I think that would be kind of cool if anyone happened to be out and about by anything, I don't know, neat. You live there. If there's anything neat you live by, don't hesitate. If you want to, send us some of those pictures. I would love to retweet them. I would love to hold on to some of them because if we ever do some type of mention in a comic or a book one day, a collected book, I would love to be able to have them to pop them in where they would fit. Oh, I just dropped a bunch of loose pages on the ground. That comic, for anyone new, that was one of the comics that got ruined in the mail in our first batch, our first big batch. We had 30 issue number 1s that were just crushed. The printer replaced them right away, but that was one of the ones because it was like crushed, destroyed. Do you know what John says? Make Path presents. I never got that rider cut out. I don't know what he means cut out.
What?
I'm not sure what you mean. Refresh my memory. What you mean by cut out? Also, for anyone new popping by, Doomsday Kingdom is at $9,310, which is fan-freaking-tastic. We're only, $190? I almost said
190.
I almost said 100 and something else that was not right math. We're almost $190 away from our next freebie that everyone gets. So if you're interested in Doomsday Kingdom, it's still in demand. You can still meet the deadline. Go ahead and order yourself one of the tiers that you like, as well as stay tuned for when we're going to hit that 10K coming up, which would be great. I feel like we're going to definitely stretch it to hit that 10K. I have a number of people that messaged me and they said, bro, I'm waiting on money for this or that. I'm getting the, I don't know, the OG art. I forget what the tier's called. I'm getting a book or one of the sketches. So we've got like 5 or 6 people that are just waiting. So they're going to be jumping aboard. I'm buying.
So I'll just say that like the countdown on the thing is basically, it's more of a pressure thing for me because basically after tomorrow I start coloring. So by Friday we'll have a good idea of like how well we are, and that still doesn't take us to the very end of the month. So this, as long as we don't have too much other stuff to do in terms of like how we're going to pack stuff, like the goal is to still start shipping out, or at least, send the files to the printers by the end of the month. And then from there, like the campaign can still stay open. because we know that we're going to be ordering slightly more anyway. So that way we'd have to close it on that day. It's just more or less saying, okay, the final part of the job is pretty much done. In a week or so, it'll be sent to printers. And then it'll just be in demand as normal until we close it down. Because obviously we want to get to that 10K mark as well. But it won't affect anyone who has already backed it, if that makes more sense. Does that explain it?
Oh, John says, I never got that rider cut out from the pics. He's talking about that that poster image. How's that possible?
I still have a ton of those.
Yeah, I was going to say, how's that possible? Everyone who ordered in the first month got one. Every order got one.
Basically, as well, I still have like a load of leftover.
Yeah, we'll get you one, but
prints and stuff, so like we can start putting those on the website as well.
Did you order in the first month or not? Because we ordered I think just a little over the first wave of orders. I forget what the number was, but we ordered a stack that was I forget what the deal was, because I know we ran out of those the most, but that was freebies. Everyone else, the other ones, we were selling those because we had like three prints up for sale.
Benito.
Hey, he's done. Hold up. Let's take a look at that.
Slow reveal. All right. So you can't really tell, obviously, because it's in black and white, but the lighting scheme is pretty much a red and blue neon light type thing. Which I got this like cross hatching in the background. It's kind of just a fake out of focus thing that you see on cameras, and then I've got these little flares of light, which I almost ruined the whole picture because the fucking pen just leaked in a massive blob, and I had to quickly wipe it up with my finger. But yeah, this is the trading card. This is the exclusive trading card for the Indiegogo. And it's a special piece because of the fact that we're showing off this sneaky helmet design where you can see like the eyes have the same design as like the mesh on the mouth as well. So it's going to make it look even more cool. And it's also inspired by something else in the comic, which those who compare images later will see why. But hopefully everybody knows what I mean. But yeah. And the bid is at 65. So
your camera's going nuts with the blur. Yeah, that looks good, man.
I have to manually do it.
I'm
actually turning the ring myself. But yes. There we go.
Yeah, there we are.
Size reference.
Did someone order that one to the left? Is that 11 by 17? Oh, yeah, it's cut off.
That's the volume 1 cover. But
John,
obviously John snatched up.
I don't want to hear another fucking word. If I hear John has this one more time, I think I am going to snap. John's got fucking everything. Yo, there's a number of them. I'm going to put my
there's pages in this one that you're definitely going to be able to get all of.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think you were busy the other day. I messaged you. I was like, I think, because for anyone who doesn't know, I don't take many, if any, pages. I think I have one original page. James doesn't take many either. We try to leave as many original pages as possible for the readers to order. Not only does it help bring money back in for the book and, you know, the process itself, but just so readers get a chance to get it, or else we'd be keeping all the cool images. But
yeah,
I think
plus
there's
for me,
a
like
chance.
I have storage space issues and stuff.
Well, yeah, they'll build up.
And I'd rather
quick.
like, I know, you know, in the original art market, people can make a lot of money off stuff. But in terms of me like selling, I don't care about making too much money as long as I can like pay bills and stuff. But my main reason for doing the original artwork is so that people have a piece of the history as well, because it's better than just me having 20 pieces of paper like in my portfolio folder that doesn't get looked at because I've already seen the artwork because I've spent hours on the image. So I want people to like share in the excitement and have something cool, especially tangible as well.
Hell yeah. But I'm putting my dib in now. There is a chance I'm probably calling dibs on the very last page of issue 5, and not just like I call dibs. I'm with you guys. Like, we're that independent. I'm buying a tier just like I was an average Joe. I actually have to get a credit card, I guess, from a family member and use that, because me and James, if we try to buy a tier for ourselves, it'll just refund us. James had that problem.
As we found out.
Yeah, James tried to just order a tier, and he was going to give it away, and it rejected it. So I'm probably going to get my one of my family members and tell them, hey, here's the money. Go ahead and order this, because I think I'm going to grab that very last page. And wait, I'm trying to think. That would mean I have the last page of issue. No, you know what? I don't. I got the second to last of issue 1. It's the only OG page I have, is the second to last in issue 1. That would have been cool if I had the last and last.
Called Mark.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then he also had page 1.
Oh, gotcha. All right, there was another question that caught my eye. Where did it go? Oh, Dialoth, real quick, he asked if they're fast zombies like Z Nation or World War Z, or are they slow like Walking Dead? How can they be killed? How are you infected? We're leaving a lot of it to unravel with the story. And the reason being is it's different. The infection is different than the Walking Dead. So instead of just telling everyone how it all happens, you're going to find out by reading the story. And you have to find out by reading the first, good chunk of story. We're not just spelling it out in the first issue. I hate when they do that, where they're like, a scientist is on TV. So just, as it flows out, you're going to get more and more information. So we can't tell you right here, but I will tell you there's not fast zombies, but there are a couple different stages. And again, those are ones that you'll reveal as the story unfolds. But it's not like World War Z. And for The Walking Dead, sure, there's a stage that is very similar to the classic slow-moving, dumb as hell. So if you're interested in the classic ones, but there are other stages that, yes, kind of makes it. And again, I don't want to say fast zombies because people get a little too confused by that, but a little more energetic than norm. And there's other more unknown stages that we've never talked about that you guys will see first in the comic. But I won't tease you. They're not in volume 1, some of them, because again, how do I word that? Yeah. I don't want to say something that spoils it, but you need more time to go by to get to the certain stages. Put it that way.
Yeah. Plus, Ronnie wants everyone to enjoy the slow build up. Again, even for me, like as someone that's second in line to know exactly what's going on in the story, there's stuff I don't know. But in terms of even like the breakdown, I assumed we were kind of glossing over it, but Ronnie's got a stroke of genius about the whole infected states thing, and how far this will go and when it will go, because it's a long-term book, so we can take our times with stuff, and when necessary, like do little teases with the covers or the signature series issues and stuff to get people excited, but not ruin the flow of the story. Like, we don't want to just go out and show here's some crazy infected zombies like on day 1, because where's the build up and the proper reward for that stuff?
Hell yeah.
Someone asked about this sketch. Are those outside sketch parts going to be complete, or are they references when drawing them into the image? Kind of. I was doing a stream earlier, drawing a thing. So the stream link's on my YouTube channel, so you can see I was explaining some lighting techniques and what I was thinking of when it came to doing the mask shading, even though there's not a lot on it. No, it's just a clip.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just every time I do a live stream, I'm always talking about what I'm thinking about in terms of artwork and stuff like that, and especially when I'm making the image, which means I can drone on for like 4 hours and talk about how stuff gets created, but yeah, they're not going to get finished. They're just the outside, because once it gets scanned, obviously this image is going to be cut where this border is. But for someone who gets the original, they just get a full body, which means they'll get more artwork than the people who get the cards.
Yeah, but you're not cutting off those sides for
the page will
OG
stay like
art
this, as 9 by 12 inches.
Yeah, because for art collectors, they love that little, because that's a little extra side shit. You can even see them on stream.
You did what? I also did it in some of the pages. There's a page, that one that I was on about with Katie. At the bottom of it, I was actually planning out the thumbnails on the page, which I don't normally do. I normally do that in digital. But yeah, it's just like bonus stuff. Sometimes I'll write messages of like fake bubbles, even though that's not what the characters say, just to entertain myself while I'm drawing. But if you get the original pages, either in the tiers on the Indiegogo, you'll find out.
Joe Cool says, if you could watch a movie with an actor who... I saw this and I was like, man, that's a real solid question. I don't want to answer it. It's like one of those ones where I want to have fun and actually come up with something. I have nothing for you. If I gave you an answer, I know later tonight I'd be like, no, you idiot. I should have picked this actor and I should have asked them this. As far as, I'll read it so James knows what I'm talking about. But as far as what questions would I ask them, it's most likely, I have no clue. I'd have to be watching the movie with them and then be like, oh, what about that scene? But I would love to watch The Thing with Kurt Russell, probably, or Bone Tomahawk maybe with Kurt Russell. I think that would be fun as shit. But Joe Cool asks, if you could watch a movie with an actor who stars in that movie, what would it be and with whom? What are some of the questions you would ask that actor about the movie? And obviously I would just ask about the movie with certain scenes. But James, do you have an actor that you would?
Yeah, mine would be the film No Country for Old Men.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which is one of my all-time favorite films. And I would ask, how am I forgetting? Josh Brolin. Was he terrified of Javier Bardem through the whole making of the film? Because I would be paranoid as shit that he'd be like hiding in a shadow somewhere.
Yeah, he was creepy looking in that.
But yeah, that's what I would ask.
I haven't seen Peninsula yet. That would be a little fun treat to do a commentary with, an actor that was in something that they were in. But yeah, I'm pretty good with my pick, The Thing. Yeah, Let Me in Your House, which has a creepy profile pic, and I would highly suggest no one lets that motherfucker in your house. Fuck that. Just popping in. I hope you're not popping in. What?
Yeah, we do have a new... I need to update the graphic. I've been too focused on trying to actually draw them to update the page. But we have unlocked issue number 3 cover as the print. And then once we get to 9,500...
Yeah, someone asked me, is it the standard cover or the variant? And I was like, on stream. And I was like,
the issue 3.
That's a good question.
The
standard,
one.
Probably, right?
Yeah. So yeah, at 9,500 unlocks issues 4 cover, and then wait, am I saying that right? Have we already unlocked?
We went out of order. We already unlocked issue 5. It unlocks.
So issue 4 is the next one.
Yeah, issue 4 is
I know what I'm thinking now.
Okay.
Issue 4 is at 9,500, and then 10,000 is the sweet blood-soaked cover. Which I really like the idea of that more that I think about it.
Blood soaked?
Other than like a blood splatter being cool, I was kind of imagining today on my overstream, like, as if somebody got killed because Doomsday Kingdom is just too fucking good, and someone else picked up the copy of the blood soaked volume 1.
Yeah, so on screen you guys can see that third unlock. Just go back and look at the cover, the standard cover for issue 3. That's what you'll get. And obviously, if you know what's going on, you know what will be unlocked when we hit 90 500. Holy hell, brain turn on. But there's a little bit of an extra bonus as well. We won't go over it, but you'll notice when you get it, this isn't just like, oh, you're getting a little bonus. This allows us to go a little more in depth in the bonus with the book, as far as like the bonus materials in the back of the book, the material you're getting. And we've already teased you're going to get a preview for issue 6. So this, if we can unlock all 5 covers as single prints that you can get, really will help. So in the back of the book, you'll get the single prints, all 5, and they are all 5 covers from the issue. But then you'll get the story in the book, issues 1 through 5, no interruptions, the whole story in one chunk. And then when you're done with that, you're going to get a preview, a few bonus pages like in the actual book, as well as the spot varnish cover if we hit 10K. And that'll be a glossy, blood splattered. I'm moving the fucking wrong page. A glossy. Oh, and your bookmark. Don't forget, we unlocked the bookmark. Yeah. I love this. And on the screen, this whole time, James has been working on the trading card that everyone who signed up is going to be getting. And up here, you can see the example of the spot varnish or the spot UV. Right here, the cover example of what it would look like. And obviously it is different in hand. If you have that Negan Lives comic, that's turned into such an insane, I don't know, gimmick that it was fun to watch at first. And now I'm just like, I'm convinced some people in the comic, like readers of the comic industry, I don't know. Some of y'all are a walking contradiction. First, you're yelling at everyone for a cash grab gimmick variant covers, and now you're like fucking going nuts, spending $1,000 on the same Negan cover but slightly different color for the title. I'm like, I don't get y'all. I mean, 5 years ago, the comic industry would have revolted against having so many unimportant changes in the variant cover to the Negan Lives. That has been like a shocking eye opener. I don't understand what the draw is, because like I said, 5 years ago, variant covers, people were getting, all right, enough of this, man. Maybe not even like 3 years ago. Now all they did is change the color of the title. It's not even a different artwork or nothing. But if you guys want to go for it, like I said, I got my Negan Lives. I could have bought the silver, the gold, whatever they had. I passed. I would rather someone else get it because I just wasn't really that big on the story. It was good, but it didn't, collector wise, I don't need it. But it did confuse me. Comic fans are going nuts over it. We're talking, it's a $5 comic and people are spending $1,000. I saw one guy bought it for $1,000. Like, what? It's not like someone's selling it. They straight bought it for a G. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it, yo. So yes, after we release Doomsday Kingdom, we're going to recolor our names in blue and we're going to sell it for $7,000.
Yeah. Money.
Fuck it.
All right. So let's final countdown for the bid. The bid for this piece goes.
Let's do that up. What did you see?
Hopefully you're still in the stream, but it was 65. I want to go all the way back now. I forgot.
Well, we'll just, if you're here, throw it in the thing. Austin said 70, so we're good. We don't need to go back. Austin Becker is up for 70 on the one of a kind. Let me put it on screen. One of a kind. Rider with helmet. Original print. Any bids? 70 is in the lead right now. What is it? Indiegogo trading card? That was a good little 75 from Doomsday Kingdom Army. Do I hear 80?
Another war between them two.
Do I hear 80? Is there an 80? Spin, where are you?
I sent her a message, but I don't know where she is.
Oh, shit. Austin went an
coming in
80.
hot.
So it is between Austin and John.
Good. It's the clown cover all over again.
No, we didn't even do this for the fucking clown cover. We probably should have. John was right. We should have. Should have did an auction.
Hindsight 2020.
Yeah, we're fixing things now. 85 says Doomsday Kingdom Army. Anyone else coming in for an original piece? Very first time you'll ever see the rider with his helmet. Watch, we never put the helmet in the comic. How funny would that be?
Oh no, we going to. We got more in store than just a helmet.
90 says Austin. Oh, he's bringing the fire.
Shit. Austin, I wouldn't actually mind if he gets it because he's in England.
Oh shit, that's right. Oh, John, you hear that? He's pulling. You got to go 95, John. Listen, this also goes to help James specifically. He's trying to make some moves. I don't want to get, I don't know what he's talked about, but he's trying to make some moves that would benefit the comic in the long run. So just so y'all know, this isn't just going towards the OG piece of art, but it's literally going to the progress of the comic's future. I fucked that up, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I have not even read the Negan book yet. I was contemplating buying it because it's only, let's say it's $5 on eBay, but I don't know. I think he drew it digitally as well, which is kind of bugging me because he drew so many issues traditional.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's gone digital for the very last issue of The Walking Dead and now this Negan one, it's kind of annoying. Now you'd have to pay straight away. Oh, is it 95?
Yeah, you don't have to pay right this second. No, we'll get up with you.
If anyone who wins the bid, they have backed the campaign. It will just get grouped with that as well, so that will save some money as well.
Actually, that's a smart idea. I didn't even think about that. The art could go with your tier that you obviously back. That would definitely help. Because I was just telling James, I was like, bro, you got to charge the shipping, bro. It's going to cost you money. It's going to kill you. But if you pack it in, that's perfect. Doomsday Kingdom went 105. Joe Cool says, what is your favorite movie score of all time and why? What the fuck is with these? Like, they're really good questions, but it's now is not the fucking time. Do you prefer a dark sounding score or an uplifting one? Thanks for answering these cues for the live stream. I'm going to do this real quick because, like I said, this is like something I would love to think about a bit and then give you a really solid answer. And off the top of my head, I don't know. But what's my favorite movie score of all time? I'm going with The Joker. It's fresh. It was beautifully haunting. I loved it. It's probably not my favorite movie score of all time, but it's fresh in my head. And do I prefer dark sounding or an uplifting one? I think it really matters on what the piece is, what the story is, and how it's all put together. I love dark and uplifting, but I usually lean more towards the dark. What about you, James? I hope you have a better answer.
Yeah, like movie scores, unless we're going for cliche and saying like Star Wars or something, the score for me that really impacted my experience was watching Dunkirk. Because there's fucking nothing that I remember of the score, because it was more about the drama of the sounds of the planes and the boats and stuff. I'm sure there was some music in there, but it was really haunting. And as cliche as it sounds, it made me feel like I was actually in there with the characters. But it's the same thing with part 2 of the question, where it depends also what mood I'm in. Like if I'm watching a depressing film, it's because I'm probably depressed. So it's like I don't want it to be happy because it's like I don't want to feel happy right now or whatever. So yeah, that's what I would say. Makeup Path Presents has bidded $115. Is that legit?
I followed up with this, joking. I did that because
final.
I figured somebody was gonna go 115 and 120 anyway, so my bid didn't matter. But then I was like, oh no, shit, I feel like a dick because it looks like I'm just raising it higher just for shits. And then I was like, I'm just joking, guys. I'm fucking with you. But John is
the
gone.
guy who mistakenly bought an island.
John saved me with a 115 bid, so he came in and
All right.
cinched it.
We're gonna have to call it in minutes. And
Yep, a couple more minutes and the bidding ends.
Anyone else got any questions?
Leftovers has a good soundtrack, yeah. I will say before, to take it back to that comic question, you guys got me with thinking of the pull list because that's what you asked about. But there's a few Indiegogo ones that I am interested in that haven't been released yet. I will continue to say this. Indiegogo needs to they need to release faster. I'm getting a little burnt out of seeing something that looks really interesting and finding out it's going to be a year before. I mean, fuck, some movies are getting made quicker. I don't know. Some of that, I feel like, it just, I don't know. I feel like it's better. Just fuck it. I don't know. I haven't put a lot of thought into it, but part of me feels like it's better to just do it without having so long of a campaign. Just fuck it. I don't know. Anyway, there's a couple, like Super Dead is another zombie one, but it has a superhero thing in it. Now, zombie stories, first off, kind of throw me for a loop because a lot of them get silly quick. And I was a little nervous about any zombie story I hear, but they do have a preview up, and it kind of reads like The Boys in a way. And the guy actually looks like the Homelander.
Oh, I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He looks like Homelander from the fucking Boys. So I was wondering how much inspiration that it pulled from him because it sounds like Homelander from the Boys. He looks like Homelander from the Boys. So I was really curious about the inspiration. I do want to sit down with the writer, and I sent her a message. It's actually a female too. So I sent her a message, and hopefully she'll get
DMs real quick.
Yeah, I slid in her DMs, and hopefully she'll get back to me, and maybe we can have her on for an interview. The artist as well down the line, but it's not like everyone else in Comicsgate doing streams. That's fine. I just I don't want to do that. I'm sticking with interviews. It's pre-recorded, and we pop them out. I am getting a bunch of comic creators though who have been answering me back about doing these interviews. But so Super Dead is something that I am definitely going to keep my eye on. I might end up backing it. I get a little nervous here and there, but you guys read the preview and let me know what you think. But that's one I'm leaning towards. Towards. I don't know why I always fuck that up. And then the Lucent is another one that has caught my eye.
For the Lucent.
Yeah, that one's definitely caught my eye. The fuck, there was another one. I can't remember it, but we'll talk about it later. But my point is, when someone asked about the comics, I took like 3 weeks off, let's say, focusing on what's on Indiegogo. And I feel like I don't know, it's like a chore to play catch up. I don't know, man. I just got this, and some of it I'm thinking, like some of the newer ones, I'll look at it and I'll see the dreaded, 2021, like halfway, most way through it. And I'm just like, bro, I can't fucking do it. Like I'm instantly almost not even interested. Maybe I'll be interested when it's closer, but will the campaign even still be there then? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like I think it helps the entire industry as a whole if people start trimming that down. So enough of me rambling. What's the final number?
We are at
120.
120 coming in hot from Austin Becker.
Last call. Austin with a 120 for the rider with helmet. As for games, I think Red Dead 2 and Last of Us 2 have great soundtracks. I think the soundtracks are pretty good.
I've not played anything new either. I'm just doodling while we kill time.
Oh, that's another thing that got in my way. We've had these thunderstorms for the last 2 weeks, and 5 or 6 days in a row, I lost power. There was 3 days where I lost power like 4 times each day. A number of times I was mid-editing too. I was so fucking furious. It was not even funny. I don't know what it is, but they just got a weak connection out here. We get a lot of wind, lose power. Rain, lose power. Fuck, I can't stand it. Lost Boys soundtrack takes me back. Oh, hold on. Let me see what you drew there. A little side rider.
Shit. Just messing around because it's bedtime now.
Doomsday Kingdom Army says, I'm probably gonna back Super Dead. Price is right. I'm going to go back and read through it. Now, I want to make one thing abundantly clear. You guys go over, don't buy anything because we're asking you to, hey, look at this. Go over and actually look at it, because chances are you'll buy it and enjoy it more if it is something you're interested in. Is the art something that's up your alley? Are the sample pages for the dialogue and the story, is that up your alley? I checked it out. And again, like I said before, and this is just the zombie genre, I'm really cautious when it comes to the zombie genre. I honestly thought I'd skip it almost immediately. And I'm interested off of just the preview. So there's a really good chance I'm going to end up back in Super Dead. I'm waiting to have the interview. I'm undecided on what tier, even if I was going to back right now. But hopefully the interview, because there's some things I'm definitely curious about. And there's another one I keep forgetting, but if I remember, I'll let you guys know. But there is another one on there that definitely caught my interest. But check them out. And if you're interested, then pull the trigger. Have I seen the movie House, the House That Jack Built? No, but I do want to see it.
Yeah, I want to see that. That was a film I got excited about from the trailer, and it's been, 3 years?
Yeah. It got a weird release though. It had like this hype, then it died off, then it released, and then when it came out on Blu-ray, it just had a weird like hype, no hype type of, just weird. But I'm gonna get around to watching this sometime. I just thought of this. I want to show the chat what I mean. I figured we had the power, so let me show you. This is Super Dead, only on Indiegogo. I was scrolling down here just to get a taste. Go ahead and check it out. You can see the story element here, as well as the preview pages come up. Now, we're going to finish off here, so I just want to give you an example. One thing I will throw a little criticism out that is constructive criticism. They did this promotion for Super Dead, and the last thing I saw on their Indiegogo was the first thing that really pulled my interest in a big way. And that was, wait, hold on. Nope, not that. They must have changed this around, I'm pretty sure. But that was this image. Oh, where'd it go? Maybe it wasn't the last thing. Bro, where the fuck did it go? There was an image of the good one and the bad one, but they were together and it was like split. What the fuck? It doesn't matter, but here's the... I have to scroll back down. Here's the thing that made me think of Homelander. He smashes into the car. This guy right here. I was like, yo, that's Homelander. And the way he talks as well. Go back and read this. It's got a nice little flow to it. Stuffing money in his mouth. This guy got shot at. To be continued. I could have sworn when I was looking at it, there was another piece of art here. And it drew me in. I was like, now that's what it is. It was this art, but it was both of them split in half. And it was two sides. It made it seem like it was the same Omega Atlantis, because I think the story is he's the hero, or one of them's the hero, and then they get infected and they live in the sewer for some time, and then a new hero arises, and then they go to war with each other, kind of, sort of, where they have a little altercation. But I think the art isn't here anymore. I fucking know it was there. Anyway, I'm done talking about it, but I know it was there when I first looked at it. It was cool art that had me go, I want to know more about that. Anyhow, when are you gaming? Z-Train, I'm not doing any streams for a little bit yet. I'm going to put up the last of the Ellie video. I think there's 2 more Ellie clips for her story, and then she's done. I'm going full head on with Flaw and All reviews on this channel and Doomsday Kingdom. We're getting those out. So that's the next 2 months, give or take, with my channel, not the Doomsday Kingdom. That's my only focus. Doomsday, Flaw and All reviews on this channel. And once I get on a nice schedule, we'll go back over and do a little more gaming. But I'm so buried under work. It's like there's a 300,000 pound, fat chick on my shoulders.
I don't know why I just drawn the Zombie King.
I see him there. All right, so it looked like the bidding stopped, right? Are we done? You guys pulled a winner, 120. That's all I see. Austin gets it for 120. Final call. 30 seconds.
I've not drawn the Zombie King since issue 3's signature series. Been a while.
Let me in says 1 penny. Yeah, you got it, bro. It looks like you got it, Austin. Okay. I mean, I don't have a stopwatch, but
going twice. And I don't know how fast these comments load up. Sold.
Austin got it, brother. Congrats on that.
Hell yeah.
And you know what's funny? Right. I don't know how interested John was about the piece, but it was his idea to do the auction. So we have to give him a shout out, props to that. Definitely beneficial to do an auction. And we may do a little more.
I mean, John knows more of why this is important as well. So
yeah, John's got so much already, and he's got so much coming. Wait till you guys see. We're doing some unboxings as well, and we got some things going on with John where I want to have him show you guys some of his Doomsday Kingdom collection. He puts up pictures on. Go to the I don't know if he did a Doomsday Kingdom on Discord, but him and Spin do a Facebook Doomsday Kingdom Army. If you guys look up Doomsday Kingdom Army, I'm pretty sure on Facebook, you can join and you can see his pictures of all his shit. And it's pretty impressive. Any last questions? I'm at my limit anyhow. I know you got to get some sleep there, bud.
Yes. Scott movie.
I don't know what that. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure about that one. If there was a stop motion zombie movie, I would be shocked if I didn't know about it. So I'm guessing no.
When I was trying to do the Indiegogo trailer, I was planning to do animation, and I actually filmed some scenes that I was planning to rotoscope because it was a bit quicker than having to like draw from scratch.
Yeah.
But then I lost everything on my computer. Luckily, not the comic files, which I've now been backing up every day on the hard drive and stuff. And I've also like uploaded it to online as well.
Yeah, there's a unique charm to stop motion. I mean, there really is. I don't know when it comes to zombie genre movie. I'm going to have to say I would be fine if we never get it. I mean, it really depends on the project, though. It really depends on the story and the charm. But my zombies, I'm pretty good with live action, to be honest.
All right.
Especially if you're doing hordes with stop motion, that's got to be fucking challenging, yo. I don't know. But
I reckon
all
you
right,
can
James.
use like CG as well, like a nice little mix to like make them more and more.
They would probably have to, right? I mean, that's a fucking lot. Imagine doing a horde in stop motion. You'd go nuts.
Yeah. Thanks, Austin. You too, buddy. Glad you got it.
Yeah, and don't forget, Doomsday Kingdom is at 9,310. We will hit 95 maybe in the next few days. So everybody who's already signed up, plus everybody who is ordering, new customers right now for Doomsday Kingdom and new readers, everybody's going to be getting the unlock at 9,500, which is issue number 3's cover. You're going to get it in a print around comic sized, as well as issue 1's cover, 2's cover, and 5 cover, which is the zombie, the Doomsday Clown, which is everyone's favorite so far. So that's 4 prints right now, definitely. A bookmark, the trading card for people who signed up, the premium paper quality. I'm hoping that this package, not just in the quality of the physical product, but also the art and the story inside, is going to make every one of you love it. That's what I'm hoping for. So, and we'll touch base when we contact the printer. I think right around then would be a real good time to let you guys know all our work is done. We're shifting it off to the printer. I mean, we might even do a stream before then, but just saying, when we do that, we'll definitely let you know.
Paper and the coloring were the two biggest things when reading, collecting.
Paper and coloring. Now, you mean, I don't know. Because I know he said something about the 90s. Does he mean like newspaper print, or maybe a little more modern? Because the same kind of goes. I've gotten a modern day comic where, and again, I'm not talking about newspaper print, but modern day comic where the paper was so thin. There was just something about it that just, I don't know, felt shit
as well.
Yeah, it just,
it's like modern day Marvel comics as well. Like, they've gone so cheap on the paper there that you literally buy them and the ink rubs off onto your fingers as well.
Yeah.
And you read it's like, holy shit.
Vibrant colors, not washed out flat ones. Yeah, I think that's down to personal taste, and specifically the project that you're working with.
Yeah. Or neon colors for comic covers.
All right, guys, thank you very much for stopping by. Austin, congrats on the OG artwork. If we have any, I don't think we're gonna, but if we have any urgent updates or announcements, you can find them on the Indiegogo page. Everyone who's following the campaign, if you scroll down, you'll see any updates. Keep an eye out on that, because we're getting to the point where when we obviously finish lettering, you guys will get an update, I would imagine, when the book is completely, let's say, finished, drawn, colored. You'll get mini updates, likely back to back, until we do the file to the printer. And then we'll do updates when we start receiving stock. But again, we'll do videos as well. Like, when we get the samples in, I'm definitely going to show off a sample on the stream. But my point is, between now and the next week to 2 weeks is when we're going to start popping up a couple updates, because we're in crunch time for finishing the comic. So if you are lingering, or if you have a lingering interest, please jump onto the website and go ahead and order your Doomsday Kingdom now. James, anything you want to say before we roll out?
Yeah, once the coloring starts as well, like I'll post up page 1 as an update to the campaign page as well. But yeah, from tomorrow, well, after tomorrow, that's when the color starts, which shouldn't take more than a couple of weeks.
We get a little excited, so you may get like a panel tease here and there, or some image of something that's colored in, because every time we end up getting excited when something is totally finished and colored in, and we're like, yo, look at this panel, so you guys will probably get a few teases along the way. No story spoilers, so you don't have to worry about that.
Plus Twitter as well, there might be some updates on there too.
Thanks for the live, guys. Thank you very much, Princess, for coming by.
I was asking about my tattoos.
Where's that?
I've got the Grim Reaper, and then this is like a 666 lantern, and there's like a Japanese headmaster, because I used to work at a Japanese restaurant, and my chef was actually a tattooist as well. Then this is like a snake dagger thing, and then if anyone plays Nintendo, I've got a Tingle the elf, which is basically a 40-year-old man in an elf suit from Legend of Zelda, which has caused many fights in bars for some reason. There was one guy who got really pissed off the fact that I had this guy as a tattoo, and I'm like, dude, it's a tattoo.
That's weird.
Get on with your life.
Yeah, that's pretty weird.
Yeah. All right. That's it for me then. Thanks everybody for joining us. See you in the next one. Caca!
Have a good night, and make sure to be safe out there, guys.